All right, everybody, welcome to Macquarie University Incubator Lunch and Learn. Is this the first one of the year, Alara?
Yeah. Yeah.
Possibly. Yes, it is. Great. We do these roughly once a month where we get an expert out from our network who's incredible in their field, got something really interesting to say that's of value to our audience, which is all of you. We bring them out to let them take the stage for an hour and teach you something that hopefully will stay with you for the rest of your life. My name is James Linton, manager at Macquarie University Startup Incubator. We're thrilled to have Jacinda here today. Before we launch into today's lunch and learn, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which Macquarie University is situated and pay respects to elders past and present. Quick housekeeping. If you need to use the bathroom, you walk, it's kind of behind that screen there. So you walk either down to the left or down to the right, wrap around. Ladies and men's is there. If the fire alarm goes off, the emergency alarm goes off, the exits are marked by a green sign. Please exit the building. And without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Jacinda. So Jacinda has joined Macquarie University as a mentor as of kind of this year. Jacinda is an expert at communications and presenting. Pitching is a very important skill that startup founders need to have to be able to communicate their idea across to customers, investors, whoever it is. And the better you can be at communications, the better chance you have at getting that message across. This is your specialty, so I'm going to hand you over now to Jacinda to run the session. Good luck.
Awesome. Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my absolute pleasure to be presenting to you today. So welcome and thanks for having me. Before we dive in, let me introduce myself. My name is Jacinda Patty. I'm an executive performance coach, a producer, and an entrepreneur with over 25 years experience of stepping into the spotlight with confidence. Years ago, I was preparing my one-woman show. It was just me speaking to a blank wall in my lounge room. No audience, no feedback, just my script and a whole lot of self-doubt. I questioned everything. Was I good enough? Would people even care about what I had to say? But I pushed through, leaning into techniques I'd learned as a performer, how to own my own space, engage an audience, and deliver with impact. I discovered something powerful. Your voice matters when you believe in it and when you prepare to share it effectively. I ended up selling tickets and people laughed. And I also went on to have a sellout season and win a NIDA Emerging Producer Award. Since then, I've helped everyone from entrepreneurs pitching big ideas to business owners delivering keynotes. Today, I'm going to share some tools and strategies I've used to help people do just this. In this room today, there are a lot of similarities to that lounge room where I wrote my first solo show. As founders, I know some of you aren't, and I was just aware of that today, but this is in relation to business as well, or any presenting that you do. As founders, your job is to be in the rehearsal room of your business. You are building, you are pivoting, and if I'm being completely honest, you're probably questioning if that script's good enough. Incubators are an amazing space. They're unique because they are designed for growth and opportunities like this for you to learn. I want you to, I'm going to think, I'm just completely. Don't go off script, Jacinda, because this is the lesson. What I wanted to say was incubators are designed for growth, but growth requires a massive amount of ugly work before you get to the polished pitch. Yeah. So today, whether you're here to grow your tech, improve your speaking, or just learn something new, I'm here today to help you scale you. Because investors and customers and your audience, they're not interested in your MVP or your words or what's written on my script over there. They're interested in your ability to be present and to command space even when things go wrong. So I would like to start with some of those, fears and challenges. Do any of these look familiar? Yeah. The only way to improve your fears and challenges is to make them familiar. So I would like everybody to stand up, please. I've shaken my nerves. I'm ready to have fun with you. Okay. I am going to ask you to catch this ball if I throw it to you. No pressure. And throw it back. Okay. Hopefully I can throw well. Gosh, I knew this was going to, I knew this was going to challenge me. Oh, damn it. Good. Good. Okay. Stop. What is one of the most favorite places you've traveled to? You know, I knew I was going to get that answer. What's your favorite food? Steak. Yeah, me too. And what is a big fear when it comes to presenting?
Public speaking anxiety. Yeah.
I hear you. Oh, yeah, good catch. And what is a challenge you face when it comes to presenting? Yep. Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you. Take a seat. Those of you that got away lightly, you're okay. Don't worry. I'm coming for you after. Yeah, I imagined me running around a little bit more on that point. Awesome. Okay. Who felt nervous? Yeah. Oh shit, what if she throws the ball to me? Yeah. Did anyone feel comfortable in that? Yeah, you're okay. You're like, I've got this. If she throws me the ball, now she's asking people to speak. Yeah, I got that too. Yeah, great. It's that space of being uncomfortable. Yeah. The only way to get better at doing things like that is to do them. I often say I'm a circus performer back in a past life. And we often say the only way to get better at handstands is to do more handstands. Who's talking? Awesome. Okay. No worries. Hello, everybody online. Now, before we move on, I'd like to talk about the elephant in the room. And I blew this because I showed you my slide. But can anyone tell me what they think the elephant in the room is when it comes to presenting? Anyone got any ideas? I think everyone tells you have to do when you present, you've got to include this. It's a must. And you've got any ideas?
Are we able to say something?
No. No. Oh, okay. Are they talking? Anyone in the chat got any ideas?
I was thinking that the elephant in the room could be someone who doesn't really. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't think they
Step
can
up.
hear.
Uh,
That's okay.
Um, it could be the thing that was sort of trying to go around but not really address directly. Sound like a problem or controversial subject or
Yeah, yeah.
issue.
I do. I feel like I'm talking to God. This is amazing. We'll get to what I'm dealing with right now a bit later in the presentation, but you are having it full blown insight explanation right now. Okay, it is storytelling. It's everywhere. It's on every LinkedIn post. It's in every pitch deck workshop. It's this giant looming thing that everyone tells you should be doing. But how do you do it? And where do you start? So I would like to ask you first, what does storytelling mean to you? Anybody?
sharing your personal idea.
Maybe don't have them.
Perspectives.
All right, people online, if you could just type in the chat, it's much easier on our end because we can't really hear you that well, and I'll read out your answers. Anyone in the room, you need to use the microphone so people online can hear you. What was the question?
What does storytelling mean to you?
Brenton and I will be the microphone guys.
Okay, amazing. Anybody? I'll point my finger at you. Come on. What does storytelling mean to you? Yep.
I'm a fan favorite. Hi guys. Anyway, I think storytelling is being able to fully describe what you know to someone who doesn't know basically what it is, right? So describing that elephant to someone who has never seen an elephant in their life, but in a way that they're engaged and they can understand simply, not walk away from it saying, wait, so what did you just tell me about?
Yeah. It's so that they get it. The person you're talking to actually understands what you're trying to teach them, tell them. Yeah. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yeah. I saw that sparkle in your eye.
I made eye contact. I think it's when you're really genuine, it allows you to be really genuine about some kind of experience. So rather than just saying, these are the facts about a topic or a situation, when you bring a story in, it's really, I don't want to use the buzzword authentic, but people can really connect and relate to it. And so you can add a lot of color and meaning to just information otherwise.
Yeah. We got more behind you. It's entertaining. Yeah. Go.
So I would say it's the conveyance of information by trying to invoke emotion in people. So you're trying to explain or say something, but you want to do it in a certain way that's memorable. And the best way to do that is by invoking emotion.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to do more presentations at universities because they are more interesting. That's more interesting feedback than I get from the corporate world.
Someone said sharing experiences and creating ideas.
You know what? All of the above. So thank you. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. It's all those things you mentioned. But today I'm here to help you, prepare for 2026 and make things simple. So at its core, storytelling is simply, structure. If you provide a clear beginning, middle, and an end, you're a storyteller. Obviously, lay out all those amazing things we just heard in the room today. But if you provide a clear beginning, middle, and an end, you are a storyteller. The beginning, it's where the audience starts. It's where you meet them. You identify their fears, the challenges, and the problems they might be facing. The middle, it's the journey you take them on. This is full of the aha moments, the solution, the evidence. You are taking the audience from the old way of doing things and showing them a new path, all the way to the end. This is where you have moved them to. when you finish speaking, how has your audience mindset changed? And what are they now inspired to do? It's the moment they move from being a skeptic to being a believer in your vision. Okay, so you've got your beginning, middle, and an end. But now what do you do? To implement it, you're going to use a technique called actions. This is an acting technique. I use it with all my clients. It means you apply an action verb to every thought. We take the presentation, and every time a thought changes, you apply an action word. It's what you want the audience to feel. Yeah. When I started today, my action was to welcome. When I started launching a ball at you, my action was to challenge. Challenge accepted. You guys won, me nil. Yeah. So it's an action word. Now, I would like us to do this together in our groups. Don't tell anyone what you're thinking because you're going to share it with your neighbor. But grab your phones or whatever if you need to write it down, or you can simply just think. I would like you to think about a presentation that you do now. It could be a pitch. It could be a keynote you have to do, or a group presentation that you need to present. Again, if you're not working on any of those things, tell me what your favorite country is. But what I want you to do is find a sentence or a phrase from that pitch, keynote, or presentation, and I want you to apply an action. How do you want the audience to feel when you say that sentence or phrase? I'm going to give you like 2 minutes to think. I can see you're all like filing through your heads looking at me right now. Take a moment. I'm going to have a glass of water. A sentence or a phrase that you are working on at the moment, and apply. You can come up with your own, or you apply an action. It's how you want the audience to feel. I will give you these slides to take home at the end, so don't worry about it. If all that is too much to think about, tell me your favorite country and how do you want the audience to feel about it. Don't tell your neighbors. Damn it. Don't tell your neighbors, because you're then going to share it with your neighbors. Okay, well, then you're going to have to find somebody that you didn't tell your action to, because we're going to have to guess each other's. Okay. You're just discussing. Okay. You're allowed to do. I know these ones, they were sharing their gossiping. Okay, do we have it? Yeah. Okay, now I would like you to share with your neighbors. I can come and hang out with you. I want you to share your sentence, and your neighbor is going to guess what your action is that you're intending them to feel. Any questions? Give it a go. I don't know the answer. Go. Practice. Go. And see if you can guess it.
Please give an example.
Yep. Well, hi, my name is Jacinda. It's really great to have you here today, to welcome you. Yeah? So it can be any type of, choose your opening or your closing or something. But in terms of like founders or different information that you throw throughout that presentation, you might want to challenge or educate or convince or entertain or excite. Yeah. So think about it that way. Yeah. Do you have one? Yeah. Yeah. And then can you put an action to it? Yeah, say it to me. I'll just be your buddy. I won't make you do it. Yeah. And what's an action you would want the audience to feel? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you need to give it with that conviction. So when you say it, try and say it again, but with the thought of convincing me.
Yeah.
Do you want to give it a go? Are you good? Yeah. No, it can still be behind the thought process. Like just behind the thought process is fine. It's the intention that you're trying to give them. The thing is with actions, it creates layers. So even though it doesn't have to directly, you don't have to be asking them a question to question, but you could be challenging them. Therefore, it makes them question. It's just something for you to think about then, the audience. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it takes it off you. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. How are we going? Did anyone guess? I'm sure you're talking about lunch now. Have we done? Still going? Done?
We're done.
Did you guess?
We did. Yeah, we're pretty good.
Oh, pretty good if I don't say so myself. How'd you go?
Here's about what the task is.
So choose your intro or a sentence from your speech or your pitch, and then apply an action. So it could be anything. It could be the beginning. It could be, you could choose to explain to me what your product is, or
The catch is
that's for you.
adapted for me, but for you.
Oh,
So
explain.
I'm not pitching anything.
So just tell me your favorite country,
Right.
and then how would you, what action word, how do you want, sorry, your name? Arabella to feel when you introduce my favorite country is blah. Are you exciting her? Are you informing her? Are you welcoming her on your travels? Does that make sense?
So let's just say you pick a favorite country, and you want to think about how you want to pitch that country to her.
Mm-hmm.
More specifically, focusing on what the reaction that you want to have.
And it's not that you're saying it with words, you're saying it with intention.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is get you off the words and thinking further and out of your body, off you, because it's your favorite country. But why are you telling us? There's no right answer. You can just make one up. So do you network, go into networking events and things like that? But for example, if you go into a networking event, before you go in, you're like, okay, what's my action tonight? Is it to connect? Is it to educate people about what I'm doing? Is it to familiarize yourself with whatever that event's about? Does that make sense?
Okay, so maybe in this case, well, what if my goal is to inspire?
Yeah, exactly. Nailed it.
If there's a country that I like, but I want to convince her that to like that country as well,
Yeah.
and possibly this is the future.
Yeah.
It's not about that.
Exactly that.
But yeah, I think we'll come up with something.
You've got yours?
Yeah.
Have we tested it?
Not yet, because I only
All good. No, you're right. Yeah. It's
No, it's not for me to have time to think anyway. So you do.
Yeah, yes.
going forward. It's you know, even if you're writing documents, or what do you do for work?
Sorry?
What do you do for work?
Mhm.
So each project, you know, what's the action behind the project? Like, what are you trying to do? Or when you go to a sales meeting, or, you know, what do you want them to feel from what you're saying and the information you hold? Does that make more sense?
I'd say it's like you've got to say your intent clearly and your goals and your objectives, so that when you go somewhere, like
You know what you're doing to them. It's not like, you know, I've got my script here, I forgot what I said, but
Yeah.
by the end of the day, I want everybody to have these discussions, have this thought process, think about,
So it could be your goals to convert more sales or the
yeah. So when you walk into that meeting, you're like, to convert. Very different to welcome, or to, you might be walking into a shitstorm meeting and you're like, to diffuse. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's one layer of like the multiple layers. Yeah. Okay. Okay. How'd we go? We okay? How'd we go? I didn't get to this area here. We're okay. Did we guess what the other? Oh yeah, everyone's amazing today. Good. Did you? Is it because you chose simple actions, or is it because you turned on? Yeah. I love the honesty. All good. That is, I was just saying, that's this is one layer. This is one approach. And we also just spoke about this doesn't have to be for a script. I know I'm talking about a script, essentially. But say you're going to a networking meeting or a sales meeting or a, you know, staff meeting, whatever it is, what's your action? You know, shit's hitting the fan. No one knows what's going on. Holy shit, it's going to be a like dog's breakfast in there. My action is to calm. Or my action is to fuck shit up. Like there is a very different intention behind what the way you enter that space. Yeah. And essentially, you have stopped performing and you've started commanding, because you're taking it off you. It's not about you. Today isn't about me. I'm giving you the information, but I want you to go away today and hopefully have learned something that you can implement. Yeah. Okay. So I next want you to think about, my clicker working?
We've got a message from Peter online saying the exercise makes some sense, but needs some imagination.
Yes. And we will be coming back to that imagination when I get people up at the end. Thank you. Yeah. I think it's simpler than don't overthink it. I'm choosing one action. I'm trying to simplify it. Yeah. So that's why sometimes it can get confusing, because I don't want 101 things. I want you to think about, in this paragraph, what am I doing to help? In this meeting, what am I doing to convince them to buy my product? Yes. Yeah.
Is it like a sprinkling of actions throughout your whole storytelling, or is it a focal point at one point of the story you're gonna inspire or shock?
There's no rule, and it will depend on what you're saying. If you're educating, for example, the action to educate, that might take 2 pages. But I would encourage you, if you are educating for 2 pages, to educate, to convince, to excite, back to educate. The words will give you a direction on when to change. No right or wrong answer. It's for you. It's for you to start thinking in this part of the script or in this moment or at the beginning of the meeting, I want to do this. And when I walk out, I want to do this. So for the meeting, you might break it up into 2 actions or maybe a middle as well. In terms of a presentation, so a written presentation, it could be 2 sentences, it could be a whole paragraph, it could be half a page. Does that help? Yeah, there's no answer. And if you try this and try to do this and it seems a bit hard or you don't quite understand it so much, even if you did one for each page or even an action for the beginning, middle, and an end, that would still be a step in the right direction because you're taking it off you and you're making it about the audience. Yeah. So I encourage you to give it a go. I will give you these slides so you can take home and you can have the reminder of what it was that we did. Okay, let's think about who you are, because it's important to improve. You have to question and understand where your weaknesses are. These can be used as strengths, but sometimes they overtake our thought. Yeah. We're nodding. Yeah. I did too. I was reading this slide yesterday and I'm like, oh, yeah. Why am I doing this to myself? I'm teaching my own self, right? I want you to think about who you might be. Do you identify with one more than the other? Or you might be a combination. You might be at a different point in the project or at a different point in the day, or depends what job you're doing in your business. You might actually be a bit of column A, B, and C, all rolled into one. Are you the perfectionist? Everything has to be perfect. You wouldn't even consider giving the presentation unless everything is aligned. The problem with this, it kills your agility. Yeah. Are you the overthinker? Good timing. Are you stuck in your head before you even open your mouth? And you've convinced yourself that that sales pitch isn't going to go through and that investor isn't going to be interested in your product before you've even finished the first slide? Or are you the gun? Got a bit of ego, fast-paced. You're going, yeah, I get that sometimes too. You're going 100 miles per hour, but you are going so fast that you actually forgot to take your audience with you. You left them. They have no idea what you're doing. Have a think. Who's the perfectionist? Anyone? Show of hands. Yeah. Could be maybe just your moment in time today. Who's the overthinker? Yep. Who's the gun? I love the shameful. As I said, these things can change. They will change. Yeah. Now, when it comes to presenting, everyone tells you to overcome your fears and challenges, include storytelling, and identify your weaknesses. But where do you start? I've narrowed it down to 3 simple steps. Be prepared, be present, and be personal. When you're doing the presentation, when you're walking into the meeting, even if you're doing a job, like you're interviewing for a prospective colleague, be prepared, be present, and be personal. Be prepared. Make sure you gather your information. Take time to write your presentation or prepare for your meeting, and then rehearse. What is the outcome that you want? You can't just walk in and go, woohoo! I mean, the gun would. Sometimes. Rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. Be prepared. It is probably the one thing I just am on a loop. I'm like that scratched record, just repeating, repeating, repeating. And I'll give you an example of where being prepared meant that the show could go on. It was my first solo show in Adelaide Fringe, and it was the closing night of my first season. It was 5 minutes before I had to get in an Uber and go to the venue. And I was projectile vomiting. I was hugging a toilet bowl. And my friend was with me, and she looked down and said, "You're not doing it, are you?" I spewed again, and I looked up at her and I said, "We're going, order the Uber." I'm not proud of it, but I survived. We went to the venue. I had a chat with the sound and lighting guy. I said, "Hey, mate, I don't know what's going to happen this show. Can you just have my back? If I skip, if I jump, if I forget, if I pass out, get me some help." And he begged me. He said, "Please do not eat the banana." The show was called Safety Banana, and halfway through the show, I ate a banana. He begged, "Don't do it. Just don't do it." I said, "Nah, be fine, be fine, be fine." Halfway through the show, I ate the banana. I ran off stage, spewed said banana mid-dance number, came back on stage. After every monologue, I thought I was going to pass out. I actually didn't know if I was going to get through the show. At the end, I did a tap dance and my tap shoe broke. So I picked it up and I kept tapping and it cut me and I was bleeding and I was tapping and my white shirt, because I like to wear white shirts, I finished. Blood dripping down my arm, audience applauding. I took a bow and they left. I fell to the floor and I looked up at my friend and I said, "Was it okay?" She said, "No one would have ever known." Why? Because I was prepared. Was I prepared for all of that? No. But because I knew what I was doing in that show, I could keep going through all those curveballs. Do I recommend it? No. Do I want to do it again? Hell no. No, thank you. Be prepared, and it's amazing what you can get through. Yeah. Number 2, be present. Yeah. The way you connect to your audience is through your voice, your tone, your pace. I'm running up and down on this stage, yelling and screaming. Your eye contact. Yeah. Your facial expressions and your gestures. I am genetically gifted at being Greek Maltese, so I had no choice for this situation. You do not need to be so extreme. But your facial expressions and your gestures allow you to be present with the people in the room. How do you do this? With one really handy tool that goes with you everywhere you are. Does anyone know what it is? Anyone? It's your breath. Your breath can lower your heart rate, calm your nerves, and give you access to these things so that you can be present. Okay, time to shake it off. I've been talking a lot. Can you sit forward in your seats and plant your feet flat on the ground for me? Shake, shake, shake. Plant your feet, close your books, put your pens down, shrug your shoulders. If you're comfortable, please close your eyes. You can do this at home as well. We are going to do 5 breaths together. Relax. You're not needed. Breathe in and out. And in and out. And in and out. And in and out. One more. In and out. Open your eyes. You're calm. You'll have more control of your voice, your actions, your gestures. You're more relaxed, so your facial expressions can connect to your audience. You're so relaxed, you're yawning. A compliment, thank you. Yeah, your breath is with you everywhere you go. It's in the Uber. It's at your desk. It's with you while you're walking down the hallway. Unpopular opinion, but it's with you in the toilet cubicle. If that's the only place you can find 2 minutes to center. It's with you before you walk into that meeting room and before you walk onto stage. Yeah. Practice your breath. I also have a really, really simple vocal warm-up that I do. I have it linked to you in your take-home documents. It's not about being, Shania Twain. It's just warming this muscle up and lowering your nerves with the breathing. Yeah. So I've got a 5-minute vocal warm-up that I'll give you to take home. You can be doing that once a week, twice a week. And if you're somebody that maybe isn't getting heard when you're sitting in meetings or you're breaking when you speak at networking events or things like that, I recommend doing this 5-minute warm-up. I did it walking across the grass today because I forgot to do it. Yeah. I'll give that to you. And there's some tongue twisters in there as well to blah, blah, blah. All of that helps you be present. Yeah. Last one. Be personal. Yeah. Our times have changed. Now, be personal with the audience. Be personal with the person you're having a conversation with or the meeting you're in. It's a layer that people forget. You go in with your action, you go in with your script, and you're like, I've got a job to do. I'm just going to ignore you. Yeah? That's going to create blockages and maybe not opportunities that you could leave on the table. So be personal. Let me give you another example. I did a second one-woman show, and it was called Tinder Cindy. And I played 2 characters. I played Cindy, and I played my Greek grandmother. It was a hoot. And Cindy was about to go on a date, so she was looking for some underpants to wear on the date. And previously in that show, I'd thrown dirty washing at the audience. So as I was looking through the clean basket of clothes, my dear friend, her dad was sitting in the front row, and he launched a pair of grandma underpants smack in my head. The audience absolutely lost it. They thought it was the funniest thing ever. It shocked me. I didn't know what to do. And I had to stop and think. I had two options: to lean in and be personal, or to ignore the beauty that had just landed, the comic gold that had just landed on my lap as a comedian, like, oh, it's like amazing. Or keep going, just ignore it and move on with the show, because I had a timeline and, you know, we got to get to the end. I decided to lean in. And I ended up picking both pairs of underpants up and doing like a call and answer with the audience. It was hilarious. Every single night they chose the grandma underpants. But what was amazing about leaning in and being personal was that I took that gag and I manufactured it and like changed it up and I put it in the show every other night. I obviously didn't have someone throwing grandma underpants at my head every night, but I was able to do that call and answer and the audience just lapped it up. It was great. But there's one thing that I did. Well, there's a few things. It's a rule I follow. In that moment, I listened to what the audience was saying. I paused to get control of the situation. I took a breath to center myself. I thought about what I could do to react, and I responded. Those underpants represent your curveballs. Those random things that happen that you don't expect are coming. They're smacking you in the head. For an example, for founders specifically, at the end of your pitch, sometimes you're in a question time. Some of you might be on panels in your careers. You get asked a question, that's a curveball. It might send you sideways. What do I do? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You listen 100% to what that question is. You pause, because pausing doesn't mean that you're stupid. It means that you're gaining control of the situation, if done intentionally. Breathe so that you can then think about the action you want to do, and then respond. Okay. We've done a lot about the actions, the being present. How do you add it to words? But when a clown enters the stage, do they speak or are they silent? Tell me. They're silent. They are taking all of their information from the audience. They are only reacting for what the audience is giving them. So today, I want us to have the opportunity to get a little bit comfortable in that silence. Okay, if you are comfortable to participate, I will get you up in groups of 3. There's no more talking, no more crazy banana stories from me. I want you to put some of these things to the test. So the exercise is, this is your wing. You are going to walk on stage, find your center, because that's where the power is. You're going to eyeball your audience and get comfortable. What did I say about doing those fears and challenges and how you get better at them? You're going to eyeball. And then we're going to add a layer. Feel that silence. And I don't care. If you're comfortable in that silence, just make the audience feel whatever it is. Play with that. Then I would like you to say the sentence or the phrase that you came up with at the beginning. And the action. So maybe I'll give you a moment when you get up to remember what that was. You're going to say it. And then I'm asking more of you. I would like you to add something. That is purely to shake it off and feel comfortable not being comfortable. So that the next time it happens, you've already been there. You know how weird it feels. People you've just eyeballed, spoken to about whatever it is you want to talk to them about, and then you've done something. You can be creative. I've done this before and someone came out with the hucker, like whatever. It's your moment. You're not going to fail, but it's that fear that I want to tap into. If you're not comfortable doing something like that in front of someone, we're not going to break through that barrier. Okay. You three, you're first. Come on. Huh? Do you want to give it a go or not? Come on. Yeah, do it. Come on, get amongst. Yeah, separately. Remember your sentence. You want your drink? Oh, props. Jeez. Again, audience 1, Jacinda, or 2, Jacinda is on nil. Okay. You now have an exit as well. Okay.
Hi, my name's Nick. I run a coaching business in the centre of Sydney where I focus on wellbeing and burnout and help corporates and individuals avoid some of the potholes that I fell into.
Oh, jeez.
Hi, my name is Gideon. On the way here, I quickly went to a vending machine near the CC to grab a cold hot chocolate milk, and it was really good. If you guys have some time after this, I would urge you to, I would want you to go and try that.
Action.
Hey guys, I'm Yusuf, and as you all know, life is a journey, but we need to convince others so our lives become better. So now sell me this pencil.
Awesome. Take a seat. Thank you. 3 very different approaches. I love it. I do this with 5-year-olds. It's great. Ready? Do we remember our... Where's the vending machine? What is it? Your robotic barista.
Free marketing.
Yeah, right. I'm hungry. Okay. We might just go quickly. Let's go.
Our company made approximately $25 billion this year, although only making $1 last year.
If you have to go, it is 1 o'clock, but if you want to stay and give it a go.
I remember when I was in your guys' footsteps, I was the first year. I didn't really know what I was doing, but here I am now.
I'm going to go over how our company will be approaching solving the financial crisis.
Okay. Take a seat. Thank you. Thank you. Go. You'll get the mic when you enter.
Hi guys, if I know I will be here, I'd like to change my clothes. I just come here after drink, but really nice to meet you, and I want to know your story. Yeah, thank you.
Imagine losing the connection between your mind and your muscle. This would mean that you cannot walk, you cannot talk, and you cannot breathe on your own without the help of a machine. This is the reality of patients who live with MND, and currently there are no FDA-approved drugs that can change that.
Amazing.
I really encourage everyone to find a lifestyle that is different to them and really compare the lifestyle you have and the lifestyle that you want to experience to find the pros and cons of how you're living now, or maybe just embrace yourself into something that is new.
Anyone else? I won't force you. Go quick. Come on. Come on, come on. Anyone else? You good? Do you want to give it a go? Oh, no, he'll give it to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Miss May, and I'm your casual teacher today. When I say hocus pocus, you all said everybody focus. Let's try it, all right? Hocus pocus.
Everybody focus.
Yay, well done.
What better way to end? Amazing. Thank you so much for coming today, and thank you so much for it's just really in your face for participating. I hope it's inspired you to be a little bit more brave in your endeavors through work or uni. Yeah. I will stick around if you have any questions or want to talk or tell me what you're doing. If anyone has questions online that haven't left yet, I'm here. I will send you these slides as a reminder of the process you can follow when preparing for your presentations, your network sessions, your business meetings. Yeah. It's a little simplified focus. If you cover these things, you're okay. And you will slowly get better and better the more you do it. Yeah. Because it's about those incremental improvements, not being the gun and running 100 miles per hour into burnout. Some people do it like this and they do it 10 times over. Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure. And yeah, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if you want. Oops, that was meant to be the clown slide. There you go. I do have a podcast where I talk to business professionals about this weekly. So there's more on Spotify and Apple. It's called Command Your Presence, and it's all the things about their experiences and how they can help you. overcome your fears and challenges. Amazing. Woo-hoo.
Thank you so much, Jacinda, for coming in today. Really great session. I think we all learned something. If you have any questions, I'm sure that you'll be around. Feel free to connect. And I hope you all enjoyed the session. Hope to see you back here at some other point. There'll be an announcement going out. Feel free to sign up to the newsletter if you haven't already. And hope you all have a really lovely day and enjoy your afternoon.